Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video I am going to discuss Robert Browning biography and his writing style, and he's part of your course. And to understand his poetry you must understand his writing style. So begin with his introduction. Robert Browning was born on 7 May 1812 and died on 12 December 1889. So he was a 19th century English playwright, poet, and one of the leading Victorian poet who mastered the dramatic monologue. Yes, he was best known for dramatic monologue, and we'll discuss his poem, uh, Robert Browning poem, My Last Touches, which is a dramatic monologue, right? So what is dramatic monologue? Dramatic monologue, it's a monologue, right? Monologue in which there is one character or one speaker, right, who speaks, and then there is a listener, a silent listener who didn't participate in the talk but listened silently. And you must differentiate between monologue and soliloquy. Soliloquy is a kind of self-talk, right? Or you can call it thinking aloud as well, because in soliloquy it's only you, not a listener there, right? And so Robert Browning, he was best known for his dramatic monologue, and he was the master of dramatic monologue. And so in his work we'll also found psychological. He was also known as psychological writer because he deals with psyche in his poem, right, the mind. And then the striking characteristic of his poetry are irony, dark humor, characterization, social commentary, challenges vocabulary, historical setting, and syntax as well. And the form of writing, and start writing in his own personal style. And his writings made him a philosopher, poet, and sage. He is also known as sage poet, right? And through which he made contribution to political and social discourses of Victorian age. And this is biography on early life and details. And he had already written straightforward and in verse form, and published 7 plays in verse form, include the Pippa Passes, Luria, and many more. And apart from that, in 1855 he wrote Men and Women. Yes, it's important work. It's a collection of dramatic lyrical poem including Love Among the Ruins. And during the period of 1868 to 1869, Browning published his most celebrated work, The Ring and Book, and this was based on account of the murder trial in Rome. And so his poetry that is included in your course is his poem My Last Touches. And Robert Browning writing style, right? And dramatic monologue, dramatic nature of his work. And Browning wrote most of work for theater, and characteristics of dramatic monologue consist of narrative uttered by a character to comment on a story and circumstances in which he is speaking, right? And Browning poetry is usually considered to be difficult, and the superficial difficulties he has employed are quite evident in his poetry and prevent the readers from making sense of poetry. And his struggle to deliver the irregular and broken rhythms of speech make the comprehension quick, reading the verse impossible. And apart from that, Browning often employs an unexpected point of view, right? And My Last Touches, it is the third person narration. No, it's first person narration. Sorry about that. It's first person narration, and the narrator is unreliable, right? So Browning employed unexpected point of view, particularly in his dramatic monologues, right, unacquainted perspective. And furthermore he made amazing alteration of focus with the poem, and his transformation from specific observation to transcendental truth. and delivers the challenges that readers face with the poetry of 17th century metaphysical poets. And also notice Browning has used poetry to communicate his philosophy. However, the dramatic monologues of Browning must be recognized as expression of fictional individuals, and some assumptions are made by the critics, and that these monologues are representative of personal beliefs of Browning, right? His Christian's belief and his sympathies with those characters that have loving heart, the warmth of feeling, honest nature, and never satirize these qualities. And every monologue is about the same incident, and everyone has a different perspective and viewpoint and interpret the event differently. And the speaker of each monologue talks about his own morality and putting ethical passes and theme of human motives, right? And apart from that, yes, written in blank verse, extraordinary details of life and society of 17th century Rome. And his stream of conscious technique, yes, he employed the technique of stream of consciousness as well, and focus on the psychology of mind. As I already told you, he was a psychological writer, and Browning was more successful in his description of the modern life in distincting language that was far remote from the convention. So this is all about Browning, and in the upcoming video I'll discuss his poem My Last Touches. So this is all, hope you understand. Thank you for watching.